Good night, Sports Frenzy family. Good night, everyone. Welcome to another Sports Frenzy podcast. As always, I'm your host, Levon. With me tonight, I have Sherwin, the Arsenal man who is in the building. We have Shakes, man who said, well, they say he's controversial, but this man speaks facts a lot of times that if you actually sit down and listen to what he says, then you actually gain some knowledge. And we made some bold calls on our previous live, and I'm sure that Shakes and I won't get any credit for that, but later on I'll get to that. Chris is in the building tonight. He wasn't a part of the show the last time out that we actually dissected the ECL disbanding and all of that. Well, not disbanding, the ECL farming and all of that, because it was after the live that the disbanded came about. And with me tonight again, we have Ryan Lawson, the Chelsea man. Welcome, guys. How you doing?
Good, you know.
Good.
We're excellent.
And
Doing great,
Even
doing
better
great.
even better now.
and I'm going to start right there. I'm sure that a lot of fans out there are actually very happy with it now being said that the ESL, that is the European Super League, has now fallen to the wayside. The six Premier League clubs
And
that were
stand by,
involved,
and stand by. That's a correct word.
well, that is the term used by the chairman Florentino Perez. But at this point in time, we can say it's disbanded because all those teams have withdrawn, and since then, I think at least three more clubs have withdrawn. So basically, well, three teams remaining that even can form a Champions League group. So come on. But either way, it seems like UEFA actually came in with something afterwards after the live that we had, because remember that Shakes and I said that this will end one of two ways. It's either the European Super League will go ahead, or UEFA, FIFA, and the ESL will come and meet on some common grounds. After the live, it was said that UEFA have plans in place to create a $7 billion Champions League. So if you look at it, they came up with something bigger than what was offered by the ESL in terms of their payout, even though it's not as much as what the clubs in the Super League would have gotten. However, it is also claimed allegedly that they also paid off the English clubs. So a common ground was made somewhat, some way, somehow. So we're going to dissect this one by one, and I really want to get to another part of this because some of these fans are all up in their feelings telling me, oh, his fans caused this to happen.
Yeah.
Come on, man. If it was fans that actually caused this to happen, then guess what? Mike Ashley wouldn't still be the owner of Newcastle.
Mhm.
Also, the Glazers wouldn't still be the owners of Manchester United. And
Mhm.
come on, man, look how much time we hear.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Let us say that the ESL, the ESL at 1 a.m., the fans were on board. Do you think that yesterday it still would have been disbanded?
All right, you know what happened? If UEFA or FIFA had said, yes, we're in agreement, all the fans would have run behind it.
So you think, so hold on. You think the fans took their cue from UEFA and FIFA?
Basically, that's what they did.
The
You
same UEFA
remember,
and
remember,
FIFA that the
Ryan,
same
Ryan,
UEFA and FIFA
remember
that they don't
that the
like.
basis, remember that the other night, the basis of the argument is that a lot of fans are traditionalists. So they have become so accustomed to UEFA and FIFA run competitions. So guess
No, they
what?
are traditionalists because of club loyalties.
No,
That's where
boss,
they're traditional.
come on, man. If it was
Especially
because
in
of
those European countries, they are I'm speaking about Europe here. They are traditionalists
England,
because of their club
England.
ties, which is why you have ultras, which is why you have 60,000 people go stadium a week time, which is why small clubs have them fan base regardless of the other big teams in their cities. They are traditionalists because of that. It has nothing to do with UEFA and FIFA.
boss,
Fans don't
it has something
fans
to
don't care.
Ryan,
Fans don't like
Ryan,
UEFA and FIFA.
Ryan. Stop telling me
Right.
madness I'm years, boss. The man them love
Fans don't
UEFA run
like UEFA and
competitions.
FIFA.
Listen, boss, and don't tell me madness. Number one, if so was the case, right? Why would these fans be like, oh, if they join this, then we're going to stop supporting and all of that? If it is that they're so loyal to their respective clubs, why would they say that they're going to remove their support for the club? Give me an answer to that.
Repeat that question. Let me try to understand it a
Okay.
little bit better.
A lot of fans said that they're going to stop supporting their clubs if they had joined the European Super League. My question to you is, you said that they're loyal to the club, you know. If you're loyal to the club, why would you remove your support? Wouldn't you still support it no matter what the competition is that they're in?
No.
What do you mean by no?
No. No, I know.
No, I don't get that.
No.
Expound.
No, expound on what no means?
Yeah, because I asked you a question. You said you just give me a
because they are
no.
against the ESL and what it stands for, and it is not for the fans. ESL was not created for the fans. ESL was created to make 12 rich man richer. That's all it was created for.
You know that it just contradict you just contradict your own self, boss.
ESL took away from the fans, and it took away from meritocracy, and it took away from competitiveness.
All right, Shakes.
It had nothing to do with football and their fans.
Shakes, do you actually notice that Ryan just contradicted his own statement? Remember that Ryan said, you know, these fans are loyalists, right? They are loyalists who actually support the club. Wouldn't you still support the club?
So because you're a loyalist, you must loyal to every foolishness them do.
Boss man, you say the reason why the man them stick to him is because they are loyalists to the club. That is what they said, you know. UEFA.
Right,
so when you're a loyalist, your club doing wrong, you don't call it a club at all.
Pause.
That's what you're saying. That's what loyalist means.
Hold on, Ryan. Hold on, Ryan. Shakes has something to say.
Yeah, pause. Let me ask you this: is there right and wrong in this scenario?
That's a hard one to answer. There are a lot of. I see a lot of
because you just used the word they did the wrong thing. So I'm asking, is there right or wrong? You're saying it's a hard question to
what
answer.
What did I say exactly about wrong thing?
All right, so you don't even remember what you're saying to Levon just now. But all right, moving on. You say it's a hard one to answer. All right. Let me ask this simple question. Why is it that if I were pro the ESL, why am I not a fan, a true fan? What makes
you're a fan of a club?
Exactly. So if I am pro ESL, how does that make me less of a Manchester United fan? How does that make a Chelsea supporter who wants to see the ESL less of a Chelsea supporter or a Liverpool supporter or a Milan supporter or a Juventus supporter?
If you're pro something, wouldn't you be in support of it? So how being in support of something make you less of a supporter?
That's a question we're trying to. That's a
question I am asking, boss.
No, you said pro, which means you support the ESL. I'm speaking about
Ryan. Hold on,
I'm speaking about the fans who do not support.
Come on the show drunk, brethren. Listen to what I just asked.
I'm speaking about one thing, and you're speaking about something.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. It's one thing I ask you. If I am pro something, if myself, a Chelsea supporter, Chris as a Liverpool man, and somebody else from Juventus, AC Milan, Barcelona, Real Madrid, if we want to see something happening, meaning we are pro the ESL, how does that disqualify me as being a true Manchester United fan, Chelsea fan, Juventus fan, AC Milan, Real Madrid, or Barcelona fan?
Okay, who said that was a disqualifier?
But that's what everybody has been saying and posting about.
Who said that?
Ryan, that's basically what you said to it. If you actually look into what you had said.
Like I'm speaking about fans who are against ESL, which is most fans.
Ryan,
That
you
does
just
not
talk
mean
about
that does not
loyalists.
mean that
You
does
just
not
talk
mean the
about
one.
loyalists, Ryan.
No.
How does that? How
Hold on,
does
Sherwin.
it?
Hold on,
I
Sherwin.
don't
How does
understand.
it disqualify? How does it disqualify me being a loyal Manchester United fan just because I'm pro
But
ESL?
who said it disqualified you? Who said that?
That's technically what you made in the statement that you said
I never said
initially,
that in my
boss.
statement.
Ryan. Ryan,
I
that's
never said
basically what you
anything like that
said.
in my statement.
That's
At
technically
no
what you said.
point
And
in time, if you want to assume that's what I'm saying, that's up to you. But I did not say that.
The only thing I can say on the topic is I can understand the people who support the teams in England. I cannot understand Jamaicans or anybody else outside that trying to say their support and what support, because they don't just get up and support West Ham. We all bias. We get up and support the team that's at the top. So I don't
Okay.
want to hear. I don't want to hear from them. We don't go
That's true.
take up a team and say that's our team. So only the people. That's why I can listen to the England supporters, because they are talking from their heart. They know that they're going to feel it in their community. We don't feel it because we're not taking up Leeds and say Leeds is our team.
But Chris, that was my opening. That was my opening remarks. I spoke about the fans from all various cohorts in my opening remarks.
So we can understand
So
the
I
people.
don't know why Shakes not going to ask me
Ryan,
about
a fellow Chelsea fan is saying that, Ryan, that's basically what you said on the last live. As I say, you don't remember what you said. So you guys are just confused about what you're saying about the ESL.
I would like for that person to send me the clip of me saying that
Is your Chelsea brethren?
Fans who support ESL are not loyal fans. I'd love for that to happen. I'll pay them.
Listen.
All right, Sherwin, come in and give me your take, though.
The clips are there now, so I want them to send it to me.
Me, I listen to you, right? And me, first of all, the first one of the statement where you met Ryan is totally false. You say most fans do not support the ECL. That's a lie. Only English fans, which is less than, which the teams are less than 50% of the teams that would make up the ECL. Those are the only fans.
They are not less than 50%. They are 50%.
The teams.
Yes, and there were 12 teams.
No, it would have
been
12 teams. It would have
been
15.
There were 12 teams. We can't speak about 15 when there were not 15.
The plan. I'm talking about.
All right. So hold on, Sherwin. What we're going to do here, Ryan, calm down. What we're going to do here, we're going to speak based on what is right in front of us. So we're going to speak
exactly.
So 12 teams. So 50% is the English teams.
Okay.
Continue.
50% of them is English, right? The English teams. They are the reason why the ESL, for me, in my thinking, the reason why the ESL would have needed the support of the English team is because the English league has a broader fan base to generate revenues for the ECL. That's the only reason I can think of why after the English teams leave, why them just never still continue with the teams that were still there. And then find teams to fill the gap.
You're saying English team have a broader fan base?
Yeah, it has a broader fan base.
Where you just said that they are the minority. You just said that.
Yeah, I think Sherwin is talking about the people in England, but the English, as in the English Premier League fan base is worldwide.
My point.
So it's two different populations.
Hold on. So we are speaking about the 12 teams now, and we're talking about the 6 from England within that 12, right?
Ryan, hold on. What I just said is not hard. So let me give you a number to work with.
Speaking about
100,000 people in England were against the ESL. Guess what? 1 million people around the world wanted the ESL.
How you know that? Show me your data. Show me your data to show that there were more for.
Well, that mean Ryan, you cannot say.
Ryan,
because you cannot show no data, Ryan. You can't then say.
No, my data is what happened yesterday.
Hey, all right, listen.
The fans were heavily against it, and the owners have to come out and backtrack and apologize to the fans.
Ryan, that is the madness that I see all of you guys going on.
And you're going to tell me that the fans had nothing to do with it.
Ryan, let me ask you a simple question. listening to all those apologies in quotations now.
You believe
You
that
think
they're
those
sincere?
are genuine apologies?
No, they don't care about the
Thank you.
fans.
So hold on a second. Then
They
you just
don't
contradict
care.
yourself once again, boss.
No,
Yes, Ryan.
no, that is
Ryan, wake up,
they
man.
don't
Smell
care
the
about
coffee.
the fans. But at the end of the
Ryan.
day,
Hold
the pressure.
on. Before you use
Who run
the conjunction, but
who run
repeat
the
what you
club?
just said. They don't what?
But
You
didn't
said
we agree on
the
that,
owners
Shakes?
don't what? You said
Shakes,
the owners don't what?
didn't we agree on that on the last
No
live that they
man, no.
don't
Just
care
just
about the
I
repeat
fans?
it, no
want the
man. Just
people
repeat
on the
it.
live
Didn't
to
we
hear what
agree
you're
that the
saying.
money them care about? Didn't
Oh,
we
okay.
agree on that?
All right. Just checking.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
checking.
Now show me the
And
contradiction.
listen again, that is what I hate about football fans. Talking about owners care about money and all of these things. Of course,
That's
they have
all
to
they care about.
no, of course they have to care about money. In a
That's
business,
that's
and
all.
the
So
football is a
okay.
business. Teams like, listen, Ryan, give me a chance. Teams like Newcastle and those teams that struggled, used to be at the top and then struggled financially, became bankrupt. Schalke that just dropped out of the Italian league, running a bankrupt.
Sharon, hold on, Sharon. Why are you
Eh,
jumping the gun? Why don't allow me to get into my
Wait,
arguments?
jump on your gun them.
All right, continue, man. Continue.
What me I say is the owners have to care about money and keeping these clubs alive because fans in the world want $250 million Neymar at the club, $300,000 Mbappe at the club. Where you think they might get them money from if they don't care about money? They have to care about money and keeping the club
You see,
sustainable.
But
the
to
problem with
contribute to
people,
your point,
with reason too black and white.
but to contribute to Sherwin point, the fans care about the money. As we talk about when we teams buy players if it's too expensive. So we buy that more money and we care about it. We talk about why would team buy the
Wonderful.
player with so much money and not
Chris,
Wonderful point,
buying
right?
a player then?
you see, on another show, I called yesterday morning and I said to them, we are the same fans that get up and cuss when the owners don't spend an extra $20 million to buy a baller.
And if they spend
Shakes.
too much with us.
Shakes. Hold on a second, Shakes. We're in the Manchester United group, right? When it said that the ESL would have come into effect, what did most Manchester United fans argue that?
I saw everybody
these men,
posting that they're
these
going to
men
be
are
able
going
to
to
buy
pocket these
everybody now.
But that is one, And then the next man say, oh, then again, these men just are going to pocket the money. Now go spend on the team. You hear the word that they use? Spend. So what does that come to? Money. However, there's this fan that keeps on beating up his teeth and gum all over. Demo. Stop your madness. Stop going and falsify and spread false information to people. Number one, I already said it to you. Had fans mattered this much to these owners, I pointed it out at the beginning. Mike Ashley. A lot of fans never wanted him to sack Rafa Benitez. What did Mike Ashley do? He still went ahead, got rid of him. A lot of fans are still calling.
Hold on, Rafa, didn't Rafa leave on his one term? Didn't Rafa leave? Check that out, man. Rafa left, man.
Hold on, Ryan. Had Mike Ashley given him the spending power, he would have remained.
He never sacked him.
Technically, it
Rafa
is the same thing because the man never give him what he want. Fans call out for it.
Yeah, them
Rafa
could have worked out to come to a mutual agreement and something in a contract.
Rafa
So
pack up him bags and go China.
Yeah, because the man never give him the capital. That's the point. And
Exactly.
they call for the man sell. Listen, man.
Rafa Benitez wanted 50 million. 50.
We know that, but Rafa wasn't sacked. So Rafa was
50 million. Only 50 million and he could not get it.
Yeah.
So what does that come down to? Capital once again. All right. The same Schalke that Sherwin mentioned earlier. Schalke got relegated from the Bundesliga yesterday, right? Why do you think they got relegated? They were owned by a man who owns Slaughterhouse, right? Now COVID came in for some reason. And remember that Schalke actually finished second in the Bundesliga about 2018. And some of his business ran down. I know what happened. He had to run away from it, and then guess where Schalke is now? They're gone into second division.
Do you know that
Also,
RB Leipzig is the only team in Germany that does not operate on the model that Schalke and all the other teams operate on?
Yeah, because they're one independently.
They're a newly formed club.
Not that alone.
But hold on, man.
All the other teams
Let me finish getting
where
to
the
it.
fans have to have a certain amount of stake.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
50 plus one, but
51%.
hold on. So let me
Okay.
finish
But
what I'm
RB is a
saying.
new team.
Yeah,
Let me
so
finish what I'm saying.
RB went against the grain when they were formed. So you can't use Schalke as an example when 18 other teams in Germany.
What?
Well,
No. What I
15
mean
other
by
teams in
no,
Germany
no.
are of
It
the
comes
same
down to
reality.
money, boss. That me I try to tell you.
But they're of
And
the
what me I
same
try to get
reality.
listen, man, and stop the noise, no, boss. The thing is that also.
No, but you're making
I
a
just
point.
point.
But Levon, you make a point
Ryan,
when
I'm making a
every
point,
other
and
team is the same,
I'm
like
not
Schalke.
finished. I'm not finished making my point.
Ryan just kill
I
everybody.
give kill everybody which part, man. Ryan does try to intervene
just
into
cut
everybody
in,
time. When I gave Ryan
yeah.
the time to spoke. No, it's not the time for you to intervene to anybody. All right. Manchester United, prime example. Since 2013, they have not won a Premier League title. They call for all of Glazers to pack up and leave. They fly banners. They even went as far as firebomb Ed Woodward house and said Woodward should leave the club. Did Manchester
No.
United listen to the fans and actually get rid of Woodward? No, they didn't. Did the Glazers sell United? No,
Nope.
they haven't. Why you think a club like Portsmouth is where they are now? Because the lack of capital, so they ran down.
No,
overspend.
Levan. No.
Overspend.
You are wrong.
Overspend.
Portsmouth is where they are because fans matter.
Portsmouth overspend.
No, man. Portsmouth are where they are after winning that FA Cup because fans matter. Wigan are where they are right now
And
because
this is the problem
fans
with
matter.
you people. Some of you guys on the reason so black and white.
No.
Why do you mean black and white?
The reason is black and
Ryan.
white because you're looking at it from is either either money or either funds. There's no middle ground in your reasoning right there, such shakes.
But Ryan,
Your reason is one
and Levon,
is because
and Levon,
as
let me
the
add
funds
this.
matter, it automatically means money don't matter. That's what you're equating it to right now.
All right. So Demo is there. Demo is there posting on Facebook, right? And he says that if fans stop buying tickets, if fans stop going to the games, football going shut down.
That happened
Number one, fans
That
not buying
happened.
tickets right now.
Exactly.
Football still playing.
Yes.
Fans not going to
Yeah,
the
but
ground.
all teams are making a lot.
Ryan, you can't give us a chance to talk.
Ryan, the next time you cut into a man, I'm going to cut out you entirely.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So I'm saying you can give a retort anytime.
Yeah, man.
I'm saying so fans not at the ground, football don't shut down. The fans not able to buy tickets, football don't shut down. Listen, with the ESL, if it had come into being, Corona still going on, you know. It's still going on until August, you know. And these club owners know that the Corona pandemic would still have been on. But guess what? They're not worried about the fans coming to the matches right now because they would be getting the stimulus package through the bank, right? So eventually, you know, the fans would probably come in 2022 and be able to watch some matches. But guess what? There's no way we could have those matches amongst those big teams and we don't subscribe to it or tune into those matches. So they know that even though people can buy the ticket or go to the ground, they would still be watching the game and spending money and buying merchandise.
Exactly. On that note, a question that me have right now is that if at the end of the day FIFA and you and UEFA came to a mutual agreement with the ECL board, right? And say, all right, we're going to give it the okay, this is how it's going to go. What would be the fan base who were against it reaction to that? And the next thing one more I want to ask with everybody out there is, we did I disagree with it? Would, if this had gone along or if this pulled through, Levan, would 2 years from now, would we still have empty stadiums after COVID? We wouldn't. 60,000 fans still a full Emirates Stadium. If ECL play Emirates Stadium and Arsenal and Barcelona in a ECL I play upon a Wednesday evening, you tell me say you have an empty stadium at Emirates? You're not having an empty stadium. You're not having an empty stadium.
So Sharon, what you're saying is that it wouldn't be a case like Arsenal playing against a Burnley where you just get like a little 30,000 fans, eh?
Exactly. Wednesday evening, nicest evening of football. Arsenal versus Barcelona. Arsenal versus Real Madrid.
The only thing I think they did wrong was they pitch it wrong. The pitch was wrong. You cannot just have you can't just have 15 people and say them 15 people are working for life. Nothing can go so, brother.
All right.
That's why
Chris. I said it. All right. The previous live that you were on. The previous live that you were on, that was what I said. That is the main part that I disagreed with. You can't have these teams as, guess what, foundation, and they can't be relegated. If they had a relegation system in place, come on, man, that wouldn't have stopped any at all. But also,
because to me personally, I don't know about no other fan, but to me personally, there wouldn't be no bantering. Me that just make the Super League every year and no bantering. You can't come cuss me like how Liverpool are down at 6 now. There is no bantering in another part.
No, but listen.
They have a Super League every year. Me not like
and to counter that again, Lynch, while me agree with most of what you said, to counter that, you're still sure of 12 to 13 to 14 teams in the English Premier League that you're going to play every season. So what's the difference?
The difference is one has relegation, one does not.
They earn it.
No, we know they earn it.
Yeah.
If we are gonna say we have a problem with it, listen my two problem when we have with the whole ECL thing coming out. The two problem I had is one, none of the football managers were informed, right? First big problem. Two, none of the players were informed before the release was made. Another big problem. Then those are the two major issues I had with it. Because one, I'm looking at it from the point of view that if these stakeholders, the players and the managers were involved from the initial get-go, this thing would have been a full-blown go to this very day.
Sherwin, can I interject? You said something just now that I don't agree with. I believe the ESL pulled off a PR stunt by releasing it Sunday evening because they known that come Monday, UEFA was going to announce their plans for the Champions League. So guess what? They forced them to it just to counter that.
Yeah.
And
Levon, please, you need to state that we spoke about this on the last live where we said, listen, it just could be that they want significant money. In terms of the big clubs want much more money, and if you realize even the fact that they have basically put in a safety net for some of the big clubs, even if they have a season, but still, so you're not in the top 4 and you're still in the top 6, which is still a bad season, right? Because they are basically accounting. Listen, that 6, is accounting for the big 6 in England, because only England have 6 teams that really compete for those 6 places. So when you really think about
hold on, Shakes, you're kind of rushing the thing though, man, because I was just about to jump over into the UEFA stupid plan. Because it's a stupid plan.
Can I get to say something?
Go ahead.
It's basically to kind of agree with what Sherwin said in the fact that not reaching out to the stakeholders. It was basic, and that is why I said it's all about money from the owners, because it's 12 nerds in 12 suit who don't know nothing about football. Enough for them don't know the offside rule. Them decide so they want to cover football. That's basically what happened.
But
they decide how football should be run.
Let me straighten your point, Ryan. There's one owner that went to a football game and he was sitting in the director's box and he had to ask the somebody sitting next to him Which team is his? Which shirt they playing in?
That sound like Joel.
How me feel like I your owner, so.
That's
No,
Joel.
man,
That's
Joel, man.
And this is not me. You know, Andrew normally say him talk to Master. This is not me talking to Master. This is a true story in England.
Isn't it Joel calling him?
The man didn't even know which team. The man asked which shirt his team playing in.
So Shakes,
So that is to strengthen your point,
Shakes,
Ryan.
you're not telling me that it's actually the man that doesn't know the offside rule.
It's
No,
Joel Blazer.
different man.
That's
Different
because I
man.
know it's not Joel. It can't be Joel.
I'm not gonna call the name. But
No,
as
no,
I
man,
said,
Shakes.
it's a true story.
Shakes. You're a man. You're a man that actually cut throat and you would cut right to the point. So don't come with that, man. Just call the name.
No, man. I just give them that pertinent information.
But the thing though, Ryan, is that you made a point, yeah, and I somewhat agree. However, these are businessmen. They don't care about the football. They just want to know that the money is coming into their pockets, and that's just it.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
why support? Why are you're supporting them then?
No, but
And if we care about football,
But
why are we
hold on, Ryan.
supporting them not caring about football?
What
But hold
what
on.
did
You
I
know that
do
he
in that?
he just made a brilliant. Hold
football?
on, Lynch. Hold on, Lynch. He just made a brilliant point. You know why? It is these same fans, that they said football fans matter. So since as the fans matter, as you just asked the question, why are we still supporting these power hungry persons?
Because we're loyal
We,
to the club,
we love
Ryan.
we love football. We love the
No,
sport, you know.
because we're
No, we
loyal
love
to
the
the
sport.
club.
loyal to the club.
Because we're loyal
No, we
to
love
the
the
club.
sport.
You know, so you don't want to say it,
We love the,
but you know
all
that
right,
that's
tell me
what Levon
something.
getting at.
Tell me
Ryan.
something. Don't we all agree that even though it is not overshadowed in the sauce, don't we all agree that moving from 32 to 36 teams in the UCL and having and disbanding the group and having 10 games and whatever, don't we all agree that is nonsense?
Yeah,
Of
that
course
is
Ryan,
it is.
stop jump the gun now,
But
man. You miss me of it. I
but
have
we
a
all going
discussion coming up
well
about
on
it. Stop
man,
jump the
but we
gun.
all going watch the UCL when it starts, even though we agree it's nonsense.
Yeah, and as so comes and I see him where you did I watch the ECL and we'll watch it in the future when it starts.
ESL boss.
ESL, man. Why you
And I
keep on
said
saying
that on the
ECL?
other live.
Stop water down the man them thing.
Oh,
I
ESL,
said that
sorry.
on the other live that as much as I hate it and I hate what it stands for, but as a fan of the game, I love the game. If a big match I go on with my team, chances
You're
are I'm
going
not
to
gonna
watch
watch
it.
it. But that don't take away from the fact
Chances,
that
Ryan.
I hate it and I hate
So
what it stands for.
you think when
Ryan.
watching that game you would feel some type of way like you shouldn't be watching it?
Huh?
Would you be thinking about the fans in England?
Would you be thinking about the billionaire owners?
No, but at the end of the day, we're gonna know, sir, we all know it's just like with the UCL, we all know it's foolishness. They should make it stay where it stay. But we all know it's a money issue, but at the end of the day, we're going to watch it. We all agree it's a foolishness.
On a serious note, though.
Every week VAR going with madness and people still watching football.
watching.
VAR keep up a lot of antics every week. Every week there was something going. You can't, not even the commentator them can't understand this rule. Nobody.
Big point, Chris. Big point. That's a very big point about VAR and the fact that people still watch it.
Every team feel like them get robbed by VAR somewhere last season.
Everything gets robbed by VAR.
You see what I mean?
It's not a feel thing.
VAR. Oh, them want VAR basically I mash up the sport. Me hear the coach them a say it. Me hear the player them a say it. And we just go on with it. See, I don't hear FIFA come out and say, all right, we're going to do away with it.
No, man, because fans matter, man.
No, man, people look out against it, man. Every week people look out against it.
Yeah, but
maybe they never go outside the stadium and stop bus from coming in like Chelsea fans yesterday, but them demonstrate against it, man.
He want you kind of.
Yeah, but he himself is also contradicting his own self because I know for a fact that he would actually watch that ESL.
Yeah, man.
This man watch West Indies wherever West Indies play, no matter if a Bush League, Curry League, no matter what, he would still watch ESL. But the thing that I want to get at.
One last thing I want to say, just quickly. the biggest thing that issue that I have with football now, and the ESL kind of opened my eyes to it. Just thinking about it and the debates that has been going on. The biggest thing that I have within now is that football just remain the same over and over every single year. It's just Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup, Champions League, Europa League. That's it. Same thing over and over every year. Nothing new to excite, to bring excitement. Nothing new to excite the young minds that are coming up. Like for me, like let's take cricket for example. You couldn't get the generation that born in the 2000 to come up and watch. I go what think them are gonna come up and watch a test match for 5 days. Sit down every day around the TV. When they have video game can go play, they're not gonna do that. But then there's T20 where they can sit down for 3 hours and watch them big players hit ball all around the park. You understand? Cricket changed their dynamics, brought excitement to it. Netball, the same thing with the fast net. You understand? So why can't football? Why can't football? Why can't football develop something that is a little bit?
Of course, I agree. I agree with Papa Perez that football should be cut from 90 minutes to 60.
I was just going to ask that. I was just going to ask if you agree with that.
Of course, if you have a as you would say what would you call it?
He could
A rebel league.
that in his Super League.
If you have a rebel league, man, of course try that. 60 minutes.
I mean, if you can't sit down, 90 minutes is short, no. Cricket is 3 hours. I mean, we just said that T20 is short, and football is half that time. And we are talking about cut football time.
Football is basically 2 hours though. But
if you can remember,
and basketball, even though basketball is 48 minutes, a basketball game is longer than a football game.
If
3 hours more.
Levan, if I can remember clearly, the schoolboy football, I think that Costa Cup tried it once in the summer, where they had this league. I think it was 20 minutes a half or something like that in the summer competition, and it was exciting. Like it was like pure fun.
No, but if you're going to cut football set to 1 hour, you have to cut the players them too. You have to move. You can't have the same 11 players.
No, you don't.
Because,
no, you don't. You know why? You know why, Ryan? Right now, in terms of research done for football lasts in terms of the ball being in the field of play for 61 minutes and 54 seconds.
Yeah, man, so I remember that research.
Yeah, so technically it's only 1 hour of real football. So you see, if I know that I have to win a game in 60 minutes, it means that I'm going to play harder.
Exactly.
No, but what if you don't have to win the game?
Wait, no, but Ryan, hold on, Ryan.
Like with a lot of teams, no. What changes? If you cut the game from 90 minutes to 1 hour, what exactly changed outside of the time you cut?
But Ryan, every game, Ryan, every game that you go to play, every game that you go to play, the aim is always to win.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying if you just cut the time alone, that alone is not good enough. You have to add something else to encourage more goal scoring.
Daddy Perez not working on that yet, man.
If you want to talk about points, then no problem. If you want to give 2 points, as in like a bonus point, if you score X number of goals, then no problem. Maybe they need to do that.
Something else has to be added. They can't just cut the time alone. I agree.
No, man, but Ryan, don't you actually think that Papa Perez would actually think and say, you know what? Let's kind of get rid of this offside rule. So if it's somewhat not clearly obvious to the eye, we won't necessarily call it as offside.
Yeah, but that already in the making. Professor Arsuwena and the Professor Arsuwena and it. Don't worry yourself.
Wenger's solution is more problem than solution.
But hold on though, it comes back down to one thing though, and that will never change. Money comes first, fans are secondary. I can't be proven wrong on that. So
but we all agree on that.
But a lot of
uh,
fans are trying to argue on it. That's the point, Ryan. You
I
don't
know,
get
I
it.
know that it is your next segment, Levon. But guess what? You see, if fans were the most important for football, UEFA would have never increased the money.
Okay. And we're just going to go over into it now. So I'm going to start with Chris on this one. Now, it's said that UEFA are planning to they basically have expanded the teams in Champions League from 32 to 36 teams. And it is said that they have do away with the group stages. So one team will end up playing 10 matches,
10.
home and away.
Mhm.
And they plan to increase the revenues and all that. And they're coming also with a rule that says that based on your coefficient, because they're going to have a coefficient-based system, based on how highly ranked you are, then there's a possibility that you can still make the Champions League. So as I don't quite remember who said it at the beginning, if it was Shakes, that they're just doing it based on the big six in the Premier League. So teams like Liverpool, no, it was actually Chris who said it.
Mhm.
He said that, okay, teams like Liverpool and all those teams that are struggling at this point in time, teams like those will be able to actually make it into the Champions League, even though they didn't. I'm going to use a lot of these people's favorite word, earn it. They never earned the right to play in it. However, because of what they are planning to come in with, we could now see Liverpool in Champions League come 2024. So
Yeah, 2024. Yeah.
So my question is, first I'm going to start with Chris, as I said. What is your take on this whole facade by UEFA that is trying to scam these people once again with their nonsense because they're trying to water down the Champions League? As
Yeah,
Sheikh said earlier on, Sheikh
one,
said he doesn't want to see Bate Barca against Apoel on a consistent basis. So let me get your take on it.
yeah, the first round is already a little watered down competition. So adding more teams obviously water it down again. And then you're giving, and then him go back to what Perez is for. You're going to teams that don't even earn it. So they can. I don't think when it's time to argue, the UEFA can argue that Perez is doing something wrong there because now he's talking about Liverpool because they're a big name and they probably finish fifth or sixth one season. They're going to be able to go to the Champions League. I don't think no fans is going to complain about it. Like I say, it's UEFA doing it, and it's not taking away anything. So I wouldn't. I am not for it or against what they are doing, to be honest, because I am going to watch Liverpool nonetheless. I am not like fans that's going out and saying I won't watch nothing. I am not. I already know
No,
everything.
no. We'll move on from that, Chris. What I want to get at is that are you in agreement with the proposal or not?
No,
You being a Liverpool man, it is a likely possibility that say hey, let's take this season into consideration. So there's a likely possibility that you will finish outside of the top four, right?
yeah.
Would you, as a Liverpool fan, feel somewhat, let me say, like you get that adrenaline rush when your side actually earn it to make the Champions League? Because that's a
No,
lot of these people's favorite word, earn it. Would it still
play no good football this season to even deserve that spot. So I could never. Liverpool hasn't been consistent, so I wouldn't be for that. I can't be for teams not playing consistent, but because friends and just some man come up with some rules for benefit them friends basically. I don't like those rules.
Chris, mind them shoot you.
Yo,
I don't like those rules.
Shakes. I can tell this much in a boss. Chris always played safe, And for Chris to actually come out and be, the man pitch a short pitch bounce a while ago,
What more you want me say
Hats
on that?
off, boss. And I'm going to move over to Ryan. Ryan, what's your take on the proposal?
The proposal, I think the proposal, ESL is UCL's new proposal on steroids, if you get what I'm saying. This proposal is awful. It's just that ESL, to me, is a lot worse. Because you're rewarding teams who did not, who don't earn it. You're basically saying that you're going to reward 4 other teams potentially who did not earn qualification. Let us say, for argument's sake, Chelsea win this year Champions League and then come fifth in the league. Well, no, sorry. Let me not say win. We're in the semis now. Let's say we drop out of the semis or the finals. And because if you win, you automatically qualify anyway. And then we come fifth in this year, at the end of this season. We did not earn Champions League qualification, so we should not be in the Champions League. It should be on a meritocracy basis. Those who earn it based on what they do in that season should be the ones there. So you can't put a caveat in place for those with by the way, you can qualify if you never do good this season because of what you did 5 years ago or 2 years ago or 3 years ago. That don't make any sense. It should be based on meritocracy only and what you have done now.
And as always, we don't leave it to our viewers. So here's Stefano McIntosh saying that they just turned the Super League into something more accepted by adding some lesser teams. Camouflage business, rubbish idea. Totally agree. And you know what? It's actually mind-boggling. Here's a man that has been arguing against ESL the whole entire time, saying that burn any competition burn any competition where teams don't earn the right to play in it. And I'm sure that is more with UCL idea than with ESL. And I'm saying he as a Liverpool supporter would actually be very happy to have Liverpool in Champions League whenever that time comes, if Liverpool doesn't actually make it into the top 4.
But remember, I said they will, so don't need to go there.
But Shakes, your views on this topic now.
Yeah, so I'm glad Demo typed that, right? Because I just following his madness. So him say born any competition, as you rightfully just said. But when you alright, let me give you guys an example. So how many teams actually win the Champions League on a yearly basis? One. But in terms of teams that win, it is really a select few in Europe that win the Champions League.
Probably 5.
All right. How many of those select teams get to the semi-finals of the competition?
When? This year?
No, in general.
Overall.
In general?
All of them practically.
You want to too.
All right. So it's probably sporadically you might get an outside team making it to the semi-finals. I can't even think of the last team to get to the semi-finals. Maybe that was Lyon a while back.
No, Chelsea this year.
No, come on, Sherwin.
PSG last year.
All right.
This year.
Forget what Sherwin just said. Yeah,
Leon. No, you can't use PSG either.
Leon is
probably last year and this year. These are the
Leon is probably the last team in terms of outside team that wasn't a big team that got to the semi-finals of the Champions League.
If we look back a little bit further, you could probably draw for another French team, AS Monaco.
Monaco.
So when I draw City, this is City's second year.
All right. So those are the
Shakes gone.
Shakes
gone.
But all right, Shakes. So when I come back to get to your point. But Ryan, you're bringing up these teams, right? But if you look at it, see, you can't actually use City. City is a big team that is expected to make it to the semis. The thing is that they actually don't. What Shakes is alluding to is that on a yearly basis, there's only probably one team, well, not even yearly. Once a while, you might have an outside team that comes in and actually give it a shot. As I mentioned, Lyon was one of those teams that wasn't expected to make it that far. And also that AS Monaco team, yes, it was talented and all that, but they weren't actually in the mix to get to that far. So that's the point that we're bringing across.
So what is the point then?
The question is, Levon, where are they going to get the extra teams from?
No, I'm trying to get what is the point really in terms of all of that. After all of that,
Shakes has to be the one to finish substantiate his point. So
because I really want to hear it, the end of it.
Yeah.
Where are they getting the extra teams in the Champions League?
You can expect 2 from the English league. If they don't actually make it into the top 4. The other 2 from somewhere else around Europe.
One for Spain and one for Italy.
So
all done.
if you ask,
No
if you ask me,
Germany.
if you ask me, it is somewhat watered down. And Sherwin, what's your take on the entire thing about UEFA?
Honestly, I don't agree with it. Um, I might sound contradicting because I was in support of Arsenal joining the ESL,
I was
but
thinking that.
um, 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 I don't think I think what I really think is that I don't believe that this is the change that the Champions League need. It's not the change that it needs to become more exciting, because what they should be doing is looking for innovative
So
ideas. What they should
So
be doing
Sherwin,
is looking.
I want to get one thing. Are you suggesting that they should more be looking at cutting down it from 32 teams instead of going up?
If that are gonna get it more exciting, going down to 28 teams, fine. If that are gonna make it more exciting, but it's not really increasing it by 4 teams, because it's basically increasing it by 4 teams, right? I don't see how that is going to create a level of excitement. Now, cutting out the group stage of the competition, I still don't see how that brings more excitement. What For me, what it does, it probably it probably drained the players even more, because
Yeah.
now they would have what, 4 extra games to play. You
Yeah.
understand? And they're still going to play a round of 16. They're still going to play a quarter final. They're still going to play a semi final. And they're still going to play a final. So, what you're adding is 4 extra games to these teams in an already compact football season.
You're actually
Can
wrong,
I
though.
jump on
You're
that point?
actually wrong. You're actually wrong. They're not adding 4 extra games. Remember that at this current juncture, remember that if you check it, how much matches does one team play in a
Six
In a
group
group,
minimum.
league phase?
Six
six.
minimum.
Six.
Okay. Do you know
You're
that
guaranteed six. No, you're guaranteed 10.
you're guaranteed 10? So it's not actually 4 games, it's way more than 4 games they're
Yeah.
adding.
Well,
Yeah.
all right. All right.
All
Starting
right.
at, well, me just do the calculation as me attack, right? So me not really come out straight with the calculation. But all right, let's say it's more than that. You're adding more stress to the players that are already playing in a World Cup qualifying year, World Cup qualifiers, international friendlies,
Don't make
um,
sense.
FA Cup, League Cup, the Premier League. That's 5 competition plus Champions League, Europa League. For those who are playing Community Shield, don't leave that out. Don't leave out the team that wins Champions League goes to play the
Super Cup.
world.
Yeah.
Don't, so that's already 9 competition I'm already at per season. Per season.
I want to
You
jump on
understand?
this point when it's finished.
Yeah, man.
So
Yeah, man.
so it
These
for
people,
me it's
yeah,
just
on the
it would be an overkill to the players.
Bones, remember for the Super Cup, they are expanding the tournament.
They're
So
expanding the
that's
Super.
so that's
Four,
even
to
more
four
matches.
teams or something like that.
So that's even
They're
more.
expanding.
Yeah, you see,
Yes.
for
Can
me,
I
I don't.
jump on the point?
I'm going to give Ryan the time to
All right.
actually clarify what he
I'm
said.
going to substantiate more why I don't think this expansion made any sense. Because remember when the 32 a couple of years ago was being drawn, it was based on coefficient, and you basically know the groups basically going to be the group winner, and then the pots were basically different than what they are now. But they have done it in such a way that the teams that win the league are automatically in pot A, as opposed to previous years when it was what you did 4 or 5 years ago, determine if you're going pot A. So we started more exciting groups. So you had teams like, you had more groups of death coming out of the group stages. So it was becoming more exciting. So remember this year we had PSG, Man U, and who else again was in that group? Leipzig.
Leipzig. Yeah.
Yeah, so we start to have more exciting groups based on how they change it up. So it was based on the group the league winners automatically being pat and whatever. So it was becoming more exciting from that standpoint. So there was no need for them to do this now, which basically undo the work that they have already done to get the group stage more exciting. So I mean, I don't see the sense in it from that standpoint.
I think they're probably just following along what FIFA has proposed. Remember that FIFA is trying to expand the World Cup as well, from whatever it is now.
And that is something else when I'm in a sense either, but
So there you have it. But
Levon, I can
Shakes,
pick up
I'm
on
glad
what
that you're
you're
back
This is
because
saying.
where this is one moment. I have to step in. This is where you cannot say it don't make no sense. It's all about money. More countries go, more people from that country going to watch. They're
No,
all
it's
about
all
making
about the
money.
fans, man.
Everybody is about that.
no
Everybody.
man,
It's all about the
no,
Instead
you're
fans.
of
incorrect.
Liverpool just play, them just get a big viewing. Perez say, this
It's
Liverpool
all
like
about the
can't
fans,
go to
boss.
the Champions League ever again. Got
It's
It's
all
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 about
about
the
the fans.
fans.
money.
No, it's
All
about
right,
the fans, brother.
Shakes. Before you had gone, you were making a point about
Yeah, I was saying in terms of the winners and the semi-finalists, right? We all know the teams that are going to win are likely to win, likely to be in the semi-finals, right? That's a given every single year. Now, I was pointing out that
boy. It
Gone
seems like
again.
with them, I'm going to use Liverpool as the example. So Liverpool, they won the Champions League in 20 what? 18 it was?
19.
Liverpool,
19.
oh, sorry,
2019.
2019.
2019. All right. Think about this. They would have gained many points in their coefficient from that win, right? So in 2024, 2025, they could literally come sixth and benefit because they won the Champions League in 2019, right? And you have another team elsewhere in Europe who trying to really fight to get into the Champions League through the qualifying stages, and they're like, oh well, Liverpool, they're going to end up in the Champions League ahead of another team, right? Suppose Man City win it this year. Is the same thing would apply come 4 years from now, right? Suppose Man City just suddenly drop off the boil, right? Them winning the competition this year would basically end up automatically just having that position reserved, right? So when you think about it, this, as I say, England is the only country that has a true top six. So this was basically to please all of the English teams,
Shakes.
right?
This was
Shakes,
done
I
to
don't
please.
remember, but
It was done to please the European Super League teams.
The
Shane,
English
I mean,
teams.
Shakes, I don't remember, but did you agree with, I'm trying to remember. I'll soon get back to that point. Go ahead.
Yeah. So touching on what Bone said now, I don't agree with what Bone said, right? For me, they should one of two things. Is either you're cutting the competition, as in cutting the number of teams. So teams have to really fight hard, because if you're gonna tell me about merit base and wanting competitive spirit, I believe that the same way you only give 3 spots in France, give 3 spots in England just the same. Give 3 spots in Germany, 3 spots in Spain, so that the teams work harder in their respective leagues to get to the Champions League. That's one. Secondly, if you decide to cut the number of teams overall, right? What you could also do is, instead of trying to go pot A, pot B, pot C, pot D, go all the way down to F and G, guess what? Throw everybody in the open and just pick them randomly. So guess what? You see, if you
No.
get PSG
Mm-mm.
Shakes are gone again, man.
but and Chelsea in one group, it don't matter.
No, Shakes.
Just let them
That would be like
play.
saying,
No, but in
no,
that
Shakes.
sense, in that
No,
sense,
Shakes. If you want to be the winner, if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. So it has to be.
So Ryan, but that's what I'm just saying.
You don't
So
want
if you put
a situation where you have.
four top teams,
You don't
if you
want a
put four
situation
top
where you have
teams in a group.
You don't want a situation where you have Apoel, Genkan, and
but Ryan, I just said cut the teams
in a one group.
I just said cut the teams.
You don't want
Apoel wouldn't be in it. And Bate Borisov wouldn't be in it.
By the way, I think I remember what I was going to ask you. Did you agree with the ESL as was presented?
I didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah, but basically you're
because remember they said that other teams. Remember we pointed out that other teams would be joining.
No, so but basically, where you just explained a while ago shows that you had a problem with a part of it. In the sense of
Shakes, hold on a second.
The meritocracy aspect of it.
This is where you and I Shakes, hold on a second. This is where you and I part
about the meritocracy in UCL. I agree with the non-meritocracy in ESL.
All right, Ryan, let me get out something. So Shake, this is where I disagree with you when it comes down to the ESL. All right. I personally
ESL or UCL?
The ESL man that they had, seeing that was going to form and whatever. So, all right, I look at it from this standpoint. I'm going along the basis of your argument here. Say you want the competitive nature to remain, right? And all of that. So, let's say, for instance, they are a non-performing club right now, so I'm going to use them. Arsenal, for argument's sake. They perform very poorly in the ESL, right? They don't really add much competitive value to this league. And remember, it's all about the merit based on how they play and all of that, right? So if they don't add value to this league, why should they still be in this league?
So let me give you a simple counter.
All I know. I remember that you have other clubs out there that is actually performing better. If you use merit based, you have teams that are actually performing better than them.
So let me give you a simple counter to that. The fact that they were going to get a large chunk of money meant that they could get up and go and buy better players and have a better team. That therefore they would perform better.
What if the manager is crap? There you have it. Remember, I say you can have a big team, but it's getting all those players to play together.
Yeah, well, I mean,
over.
Which one is easier to get? It's easier to get players and then change your manager if your manager not doing well, rather than trying to get multiple players.
Remember what I said? I'm speaking based on what is in front. So let's look at it from the standpoint that yes, they get in the players and all that, but they are still not performing standard. Because remember, as I said, you can get quality players and all that, and still the team don't perform better, even if you change manager. So we're looking at that they do all that, yet still they're still not performing. Would you be in agreement that they should still remain in the Super League?
Better managers out there, Levon. The manager is easier to change than the players. Easier to change.
I don't know why you use Arsenal as an example, but if you look at the premises of which the ESL was created, it was created with founding members, right? And the rule for these founding members is that they just cannot be relegated. And on top of that, what was the other one? 5 teams would be invited to the ESL, every year. So it could be that you see a Leicester City, and the other year you see a West Ham. I'm talking about teams who are competing now for top 4, right? And stuff like that in the ESL. So I honestly don't know why you use Arsenal.
Sure. What I'm getting at is that no matter if you're a founding club, yes, you get that. You are a founding member of this competition. However, I'm of the belief that to keep the competitive nature of what you're trying to get at, because remember that you're saying that you want the best of the best, That is what the ESL is about, So in order to keep the best of the best together, why should I keep a non-performing team in the ESL just because you're a founding member?
No,
That's the part that I didn't agree with. Remember, I pointed it out from the last live that I had an issue with them not having a relegation system in the ESL. Not performing. Just dump them.
As with everything in life, everything takes time and will gradually improve as time goes along. Right? So I'm sure over time, the competition would have changed probably the rules to say, all right, here what 3 performing members get relegated or whatever the case is. So yeah, but
you know why that? You know why that would be
join.
unlikely to be changed? Because you have so much American owners who believe in the franchise system where there's no relegation. So that would be. I remember some years ago, when the American owners were buying up Man U and Aston Villa and those teams, a friend of mine said to me that he's afraid that the Americans going to implement their sporting philosophy in the English culture, the football culture, and that is exactly what is happening right now in the European with the ESL program.
Ryan, that's where I think this backlash is coming from. Because remember, English don't support Americans in football whatsoever. Because the first mistake the Americans made was called the good game of football soccer. That was
remember when I started. Yeah, I agree with you. Remember when I started talking and I spoke about the various clubs across England, because they have such a. When I was talking about fans, because those clubs have loyal fan bases, the Millwall, the Watfords, and those teams are right down regardless of which division they're in. They have a fan and they are used to a certain thing, and they are the ones who help build their teams and they inherit the culture. America don't have that history, so it is easy for them to franchise out everything.
So Levon, let me show you how UEFA's plan is so flawed right now. So I literally opened, because you guys we're talking about Arsenal. Arsenal, where are they in the EPL? 9th. Where is Inter Milan in the Serie A? First. Inter Milan has played Champions League for a few seasons now. Back to back. Arsenal are 11th in the UEFA coefficient, and Inter Milan is 26th. It therefore means that Arsenal could just aim to finish 6th in the Premier League, and they would automatically get that spot reserved for them because they are 11th. Listen, Arsenal has a better coefficient than BVB and Chelsea right now, Arsenal, I am literally looking at the list right now. You have Bayern Munich in first place, 134. Real Madrid, 126. Barcelona, 122. Man City, 120. Juventus, 120. Atletico Madrid, 115. Paris Saint-Germain, 113. Manchester United, who has done nothing in the Champions League since forever. We are at 8th position, ahead of Liverpool, 106. Liverpool 9th, 101. Sevilla 98. Arsenal.
Right, we see what you're getting at. We see what you're getting at.
It comes back to the entire reason why the UEFA had to change their grouping system from coefficient to what you do in the league based on the last season. That's exactly why they had to change the coefficient. But
and that's why I was going to. That's why I was going to interject in and say that even though Shakes was bringing in that Inter is way down in 26 and all of that. If Inter wins the league, Inter is going to go to the Champions League either way.
So and rightfully so, because
remember that Shake is that. Remember that they're going to select.
No. I wasn't when I mentioned Inter. I wasn't bringing up Inter to say that Arsenal would qualify ahead of Inter.
Okay.
No, I was just pointing out to you that look on it. Arsenal has done nothing in terms of in the league since all the way back in 2000 and right? Inter Milan, they have actually been in the top 3 in Italy despite Juventus winning the league, right? But Inter Milan are so far behind. So suppose Inter Milan actually slip up.
Hold on a second. We're going to be wrapping up soon. So quickly get our.
Yeah, suppose Inter actually slip up and comes 5th 1 year in the Italian league, and Arsenal comes 6th. It mean that Arsenal would get that position ahead of Inter.
Understood.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
Understand. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, why not to stress about Arsenal name so much?
All right. Chris, do you have anything to say?
All I can say is, please do not stress an Arsenal name. You have
Thank you
bull
very much.
catching his head all night. Why you keep using Arsenal as an example, big man? Stop doing that, man.
Okay.
Anyhow,
Right. All right. Yeah,
the,
Chris.
the big boys seem like they have trouble with somebody in FIFA, and they're trying to do something. I don't know if Liverpool versus Real Madrid match was such a good money making game that it had to break after that game take place. All of this break after that leg of the Champions League. So that I don't know if Perez realized that he need Liverpool in the Champions League forever because he makes a lot of money whenever Real Madrid play with Liverpool. I don't know, but something is going on. I think the big boys know what's going on. That's all I can say. We don't know. We are just talking from emotional point of views as fans, and don't know everything. Like not even the coaches know everything. The
Yeah,
players don't know. So we basically don't know.
yeah.
All right, Shakes. Any final thought?
Oh, my final thought is towards Shaki Sosa. The Europa League doesn't matter. That's a chimney cup.
Okay,
That money.
and my final thoughts are congratulations to Ryan Mason on winning his first game in charge of Tottenham. Youngest
Yes.
manager to win a game in the English Premier League at 29 years old. It was
And
just the other day he was playing football.
yes. And
And guess
remember,
what? He started Gareth Bale today, and Gareth Bale actually scored.
yes.
Line
Hats
that.
off, hats off to Ryan,
Yeah,
Ryan
and
Mason.
Levan, I wanted to say something about
Sherwin,
that.
Sherwin,
5 seconds.
Sherwin,
Remember, eh?
Sherwin. I
Yeah, yeah,
gave you
yeah.
your point. I gave you a chance to
No, me
make your
never said
final
nothing.
thought. You said, "Well, I'm compass out."
No, me never said nothing. Me
Okay,
never said nothing. No,
okay.
because remember,
I want to say congrats to Steph Curry and continuing to make a good run in the NBA. Boss, just keep on shooting lights out every night. Until next time, guys. Peace out. Take care of yourself, and we will back here Friday.